Welcome back to the Sub Pub. So yeah, if you didn't know, we are in the middle of Summit voting season. Dude, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel nothing but happiness that the meme pick is doing really well. I'm sure a bunch of you have been paying attention and probably a little confused by the results right now. You're probably asking yourself one very common question. Who the f*** is Nick Yingling? We're gonna find out today. You just got ratioed by Air Yingling. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have TheCheat actually call in, and he's offered up his knowledge on Nick Yingling. I don't know what that knowledge entails yet. I have no idea what he's gonna explain to me, but I know it's gonna be very fruitful, a fruitful conversation. We're gonna learn a lot. I have met Nick Yingling. I think he's a dope guy. I'm very happy that he's doing this well, and I can't think of a more appropriate time than our first LAN event back. In the middle of like all this controversy about whether top players should get the privilege of entering a tournament before all the O2ers that get pictures, that all they want to do is get their pictures taken. You know, that whole thing. In the midst of all this conversation and controversy, Nick Yingling here is probably going to take one of those top players' spots from Summit. And it's actually really funny, and I don't mind at all. And I don't know what it is. There's something in the air, but I genuinely think it's great. I might have been upset like a couple years ago, but today I think it's great. But not only is Nick Yingling in the lead, and I'll show the numbers in a second, he's dominating. He's beating everyone's ass. And I don't think they're done. I don't even think they're close to done. I'll move on. So let me grab my beer, and then let's go over the votes and what's going on right now. We'll update everybody on that, and then we'll call up TheCheat. Okay, let me pull up the results. The first day of eliminations has just gone down. Today we say goodbye to Toussaint, Ginger, Reeve, and J-Salt. Very surprising, actually. Look, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not super surprised at J-Salt, but I am very surprised at Ginger, Reeve, and Toussaint. Ginger being arguably, like, skill-wise, right now, probably, like, the third or fourth best on this entire list. Which is crazy, because this is a very stacked list. With top four being, like, SUJ, Wizrobe, None, and Nick Yingling. And then right after that, you'd have Ginger. So it's very surprising that he'd be eliminated so goddamn quickly. Toussaint, also an amazing player. Reeve, amazing player. Hell of a campaigner. I've seen more on his campaign on my timeline than I've seen of anybody else, and he got eliminated. And he's got a dope body. How do you eliminate a guy like that? He's easily got the best body on this list. So the sex appeal at Summit is going way down now, and that's your fault for the way y'all voted. Some other people that advance, and I'm not gonna lie, no disrespect, but I don't know who Squid the Cat is. Unless my boy Squid changed his tag. Squid the Cat is the stomp knee goat. He made the 100 ways to stomp knee. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. All right, well, good for them. I don't know who Skullbro is. I still haven't figured out if Ben Snape is an ultimate player or not, because that's what it said on his nomination thing. And right now, in the red, we got Dark Gen X Forest, Ben Snape. And like I mentioned, in the far, far lead, we have Nick Yingling with 21,267 votes, next to Axe's 12,000 and Hungrybox's 12,000. That is insane. Nick Yingling is almost doubling both of them. He's almost beating them combined. In my prediction, I said that Axe and Hungrybox are the only shoo-ins. There is a world where SUJ doesn't make it in, where None doesn't make it in, where Wizrobe doesn't make it in, though I think they will make it in. But there is a world where they don't. But there is no world, in my mind, where Axe and Hungrybox do not make it in. So in a world where I am that confident in Axe and Hungrybox making it in, here we have Arizona superstar Nick Yingling beating them both out almost by their combined points. Nick Yingling, you cannot come in here and throw down the same ratio yourself. You can't say that I got ratioed by Air. Was it Air Yingling or Air Nick Yingling? Yeah, wait, chat, I actually need to know, right? Because this is kind of absurd, right? I think Arizona's great support. I think Nick Yingling is a great guy. But the degree to which he is beating the field is absurd, and I need to understand right now. Press 1 if you have already used your one time on Nick Yingling, because there has to be a couple of one times in here. There's no way that he's doing this well without some one times. Like somebody used their one time for him to get past nominations. Somebody used their one time to get him into the top 6 for like a cool screenshot, right? Somebody used their one time to get him all the way to first. Can you set the record straight that Ludwig literally has done nothing to help Nick? Yeah, no, I don't know why people are assuming that. I think even when I did my prediction stream, I didn't even think about Ludwig's help. He doesn't need Ludwig. Also, it would be possibly a little irresponsible for Ludwig to use his influence to get his homie in. And I think Ludwig knows that. So he's just letting it ride. Of course, I think he wants Ludwig to make it. Or sorry, he wants Yingling to make it in. But knowing his level of influence, it'd kind of be a little messed up for him to use his influence to get his homie in. It'd almost be like, I don't know, something crazy like Mango getting Johnny in. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. I'm just kidding. That's okay. But look, even if Ludwig did, I think it's fine. Well, you want the homies to not help out the homies? But if he did, like, who cares? That's his friend and he's allowed to help his friends. Yeah, exactly, Jackzilla. The real fucked up part is not whether or not Ludwig is helping, but that Nick Yingling has any friends. Yeah, it's not fair because no one else on this list has friends. And Yingling has Ludwig? It's messed up. Unfair advantage. Being social and having people that care about you. So because there might be a lot of confusion, maybe animosity, about Yingling being in first place by this much right now, I saw that TheCheat posted a tweet a while ago where he pretty much offered any streamer to have him on so he could, speak the gospel of Nick Yingling. I have no idea what he's going to say. We have not talked about it. But him being Yingling's friend, I am confident that he's going to give us a lot of information that we're all craving. Perhaps after this, you too will throw in your vote for Nick Yingling. Okay. So, because I do not want Cheat to miss his son's game, and because I'm a boomer and it takes me a while to set up Discord, I'm gonna go ahead and add him. Okay, so in an act of loyalty to the movement, I will now attempt the impossible, ratioing myself with the Air Yingling video. Hbox fans, when I start ratioing all of them with the Air... Okay, so you ratioed your... Did you? It didn't work, man.
You just got ratioed by Air Yingling.
You did. Look at that form, baby. Let me give him a call. Yo, what's up?
All right. Hey.
Hey, hold on. Let me capture you real quick.
All good. Happy to be here.
Hey, for sure. I'm happy to have you here. So, first of all, what's good, man? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're thriving off of your team kicking ass and your boy doing really well at Summit.
Lot of high energy shit going on for me. It's wild.
Yeah. It's a good week. Okay, so as a bunch of people are aware, Nick Yingling is number one in the votes by a long shot. I'm going to let you explain to us who Nick is, but first I want to ask some questions. My first one is, where the hell are all these votes coming from? Is AZ that organized? Are you guys reaching outside of AZ? What's going down without giving away strategy if you don't want to give it away?
A part of it, I have no fucking idea. A lot of it is just our friends. We've got a pretty big squad that is just showing a lot of support, throwing down a considerable amount of money. Won't lie. We do have a couple of vote-ins there. A lot of it today, we did a frame one raffle that's been very successful. And, that's still going on. You could hit up the Peppas Esports Twitter if you want more info about that. We're giving away a custom frame one. We call it the watermelon, red with black buttons.
Okay. Is that like a fight stick? I have no idea what a frame one is.
Yeah, it's like a box controller. It's a rectangle for Melee.
Okay, sick. That giveaway is going to definitely get some people involved. And then the rest, you're saying you don't really know. It's just coming out of the woodwork.
We've just been pushing out a shit ton of content.
Yeah.
We've been posting that you just got ratioed by Air Yingling video, name searching people, dog piling on them. Bending the rules a little bit, maybe, but it's all for the cause.
Well, I prefer this rule bending over, eating onions and drawing dicks on your face. So, this to me is,
We haven't ruled it out either. It's on the table.
All right. Well, as long as I know that y'all are willing to do whatever it takes to make it, I think that's good. Okay, so part of my theory, and hear me out here, I feel like Nick Yingling being the meme pick is kind of like the Dogecoin or whatever of the votes, where it's like memes are just the biggest currency on the internet. That's just facts, right? But it seems like just right now in this day and age, it just hits really hard. And I think a lot of people are buying into the Nick Yingling meme where they're like, dude, it'll be great if this guy makes it through. And enough people support him where it's like, yeah, he's not the best, but he's got all these homies and bros that love him. And yeah, I want to see this dude at Summit. That's where I'm feeling it's coming from.
It is fantastic because Nick has been an internal meme for us for the past 5 years or so. I posted on the Peppas Twitter just last night a Nick Yingling meme from 5 years ago. And so we have this insane backlog of shit to pull from
Okay.
to just spread the word as much as possible. And, like Nick is, I don't want to sell Nick short because Nick is, he's grinding, right?
Oh,
he entered
okay,
a lot of shit. He entered a lot of shit over the pandemic. He paid a lot of money to get coached by Leffen during the pandemic.
No
also.
shit. Hold up. Leffen.
Yes.
Leffen only offered like 2 slots or something, right?
Yep, one of them. We've been calling him. We've been calling him Coach Bill. Nick has been getting lessons.
And still getting them?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's still active.
Okay,
yeah.
so he's not looking at this like just a fun thing to be at for the memes. He actually wants to perform too.
Yeah, it's a bit of a two-pronged approach because I think, listen, I'm coming here. I have an actual reason, and I'm glad that I get to talk to your chat because I feel like my reason, for the vision of Nick getting into Summit will resonate with your chat specifically.
Oh, okay, so there's a vision.
Because I know to some extent they're not just here for the gameplay.
Okay, that's true.
To at least some extent.
Yes.
So, I guess we haven't explained yet. Like Nick has been around the Arizona Melee community for about like 5 years now. He's one of my best friends in the whole goddamn world. He's a TO. He helps me run Smash Camp. He also has his own tournament called the Nick Yingling Experience. So he's been a staple for us for a really long time, or maybe not like a really long time relatively, but like he's been around. He's been around.
Yes.
So are you ready for the pitch, Hugo?
I'm ready for the pitch. I'm ready to hear what you believe will encourage even more people to support.
So I have
the cause.
Yeah. So my vision for Melee. Listen.
Okay.
We're not getting any younger.
Right.
These Zoomers are out here, and they're watching TikToks. And we are barely there. Right. Zets is the only man who is there. What the Melee community is going to look like going forward are guys like you and me. We're fucking out here. We're getting a little bit long in the tooth. Most of us who aren't doing this full time need something that we can do in our spare time, disposable income. This is the audience that we can reach. It's the audience we have been reaching with our votes.
Okay.
So Nick is just your average State Farm insurance salesman guy, but he still finds room in his heart to grind and to run tournaments. And I swear to God, all me and Nick ever talk about is what would be hype for the community. And that is the mindset that I think we need to be modeling for these 27-year-olds who are going to be playing rollback for the first time and coming into the community.
Okay. So he's appealing to more of our demographic is what you're saying.
The boomers. Exactly.
Boomers. Interesting. Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
And do you think there are enough of us that this group is worth appealing to?
Absolutely. Okay. We're the only people who remember what Melee is.
That's true. That's true.
The only people.
The only people who could fathom playing out of a basement and sleeping on the cold, hard asphalt.
What Nick is doing, what Nick is doing ties back to the very beginning of what the core of what the Melee community is, which is just doing cool shit with your friends. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Just doing cool shit, and one of our friends does happen to have $1 million goddamn dollars in his bank account. Which, who knows how much of it he's using for this?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. That's something that I think Arizona has always stood for, is just playing some fucking Melee with your friends. I think if there's one thing that y'all stand for, it's that. I mean, that's the whole vibe behind Smash Camp. That's the whole vibe anytime I've ever been out to Arizona. Just the boys having a good time playing some Melee. And yeah, this is a different angle. Everyone's always trying to represent, the grind. I'm the best ever. Maybe they're representing, I'm the new guy. Give me a shot. I'm a Zoomer. I love rollback. Shit like that. This is different.
I'm telling you right here, Nick is going door to door. He's name searching on Twitter. He's introducing himself to people.
What does that mean? Explain. Is that literal? Is he actually...
Literally. Yes, Hugo. What he is going, searching his name up. People are saying, who the fuck is Yingling? He's reaching out the hand and saying, what's up? It's me. How's it going? How can I win your vote? I get it. There's going to be a contingent of people who are always going to vote for S2J no matter how many times he goes 0-2. But like...
Hey, whoa. But go ahead.
No disrespect. He's cracked. We know this. You don't know shit about Nick.
I don't.
That's intriguing.
There is a lot of intrigue here. Definitely. And so let me paint a picture here, okay? Let's say he goes, and the gameplay doesn't go that well. Like, let's say he gets bodied. Not that it'll happen. Small shot. But let's say it does. How do you react? How are we supposed to react? If we put the money in to get him in there, how do we react if that happens?
First of all, part of not knowing anything about Yingling is that you don't know if he's better than Hbox right now. It's Schrodinger's performance as far as Hbox goes. He is both better and worse than Hbox at the same time. There is something here. Your question is if he fucks it,
if he shits the bed,
if he throws, what happens?
Yes. How are we supposed to feel?
Not any different than you feel right now, I don't think. I think it's going to be okay. I think Nick Vercillo's right. We're going to have some good content to get out of it. I'm always going to remember this by the fact that we made 40 people on Twitter change their profile picture to a fish from SpongeBob.
Yeah, can you
that Mikal Bridges tweeted out after the Suns beat the Lakers.
Why did he do that? I've been wondering what the hell that was all about. Okay.
It's just so fucking funny. That's it. That's the energy, Hugs. That's what this is all about.
Okay, and does this
ride the wave?
Ride the wave. Okay, yeah, this feels like a wave, man. Let's talk about content, though. How do you think Nick is going to contribute to the content, which is a very important part of getting someone into Summit? We'd love to see people on the camera.
I think for the most part, it's unfortunately granted that any Melee person is going to be not the best actor in the world. Hugs, you're an exception to this rule, I feel like. You're down to clown with shit like this. But I think that Nick has a similar enthusiasm to what you have. He's a blank canvas as far as this goes. So you put him in whatever position. You right. You put him in whatever position, he's going to give it 110%.
Yeah.
On the sticks and on camera.
Dude, I'm actually genuinely excited. In the past, people typically get upset when the meme pick. Now, I'm not saying he is a meme, but compared to the likes of Axe and SUJ, etc., he's the standout pick. Normally, people would be upset by it. This is the one time I am extremely excited about it and happy about it because it's not just a guy I don't know. It's a guy that I want to know, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
You know, I don't want to just get the impression that this is just some guy who we picked out of a hat, right? Like, we love Nick. Nick pours his heart and soul out into the community. He's your guy that's boots on the ground lugging CRTs to anything.
He represents the everyman.
He is the everyman of Melee. And we can all see ourselves in that, especially those of you with disposable income.
Yes. Sweet, man. Well, yeah, I'm very excited to see how much further he takes it. Is there anything else you want to tell us about Nick?
Yeah, real quick, I would just like to mention the stuff that we have going on. So if you vote at all, automatically, you DM me on my personal account at TheCheat.com and you will get custom art from my wife. Of any picture you want, she'll draw it. Digital art. It's sick.
I don't think you should offer any picture people want.
Within limits. You're right. Sorry. Any TOS compliant image.
Okay, cool.
2, Frame 1 giveaway. Your entrance into the Frame 1 giveaway, if you message me on the Pepis Esports account, correlate depending on how many votes you get. So the more you vote, better chance you have of winning that custom Frame 1, one of a kind. Number 3, we are selling my near and dear 3,000 follower Twitter account, Pepis Esports, tomorrow, live on stream, 7 p.m. To the highest bidder. It's an auction. So
okay. All right, that's sweet. Even if they're not trying to continue the Pepis name, it'll just be an account with a lot of followers that they could just, build something off of.
Listen, any decision that they make is going to be much better than what we have done already. You don't want to hear about it, so it's fine.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I think that was a dope pitch. I'm excited to see him get in. When is the actual day where 2 people make it in? I think it's
Thursday at noon Pacific time.
Oh, so there's a lot of days for Yingling to keep up, or stay ahead of the pack.
It's or who knows what's going to happen between now and then.
Yeah.
I am so scared.
Yeah. Welcome to this part of the voting phase. It's very stressful. I'm sure Yingling is having a crazy time right now, but I hope y'all keep it together. I hope y'all make it in, to be honest. I'd love to see him over there.
All right.
Yeah. Sweet, man. Hey, thanks for calling.
Yeah.
All right.
Really appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, peace out, man. Sweet. Okay, we got the pitch. We now have a better understanding of who Nick Yingling is. How do y'all feel now? Do you want to vote for the everyman? Is that the kind of energy that you want at Summit? I mean, it'd be funny if it was like Yingling, Dark Gen X, Skullbro, Squid the Cat, and Snape. They all make it in and during the pandemic, you have all these top players like Axe and Hbox and None. The whole time, they're just like, man, I cannot wait for the first LAN event. Everything's going to be different. And then as soon as the first event happens, none of them are in. It's Nick Yingling, Dark Gen X, Snape, Squid the Cat. It's the first time the commentators are going to be better than all the players. That's actually not true. I'm sure some of the players will be better than some of the commentators. Are you casting it, Hugs? Don't know. No idea. Can't say. But yeah, this is exciting. Making it this far is impressive. So he's going to be good on some level. And as Cheat said, he has been getting lessons from Leffen, who is pretty good. And I do like the angle that he's campaigning under. He is the everyman of Smash. He represents the majority of you. I don't represent the majority of you. I'm an elitist top player. I do not represent you. I love you guys, and I support you, but I am nothing like you. But Nick Yingling, he represents the everyman of Smash. He's like y'all in every single way, except he's not going to go 0-2 at Summit. And I think I am all about voting for someone like Nick Yingling in. He's going to win a match. He's going to do what I've never done at Summit. Win a goddamn set. Am I endorsing Nick Yingling for Summit? Yes, I am. I'm endorsing a couple people. Don't clip that out of context and then that's all you put out, okay? I'm also endorsing S2J. He's my number 1. My number 2 is... Oh yeah, it. All right, Nick Yingling then. It's my number 2. And then I want Aklo to make it too. And LSD. All right, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for watching. All right, later everyone. Peace. I am a 20-year just diva. I do not go to tournaments unless it is free. That's how f***ed up in the head I am, okay?